Hi beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a lovely day. Today we're testing out the new Smokin Hot palette and other things in the collection from Colourpop. It's been a while since I did a staple makeup review, especially not a 3 looks on palettes. That's what we're doing today. I'm gonna test out some Jelly Much shadows, test out the main palette, test out some of the eyeliners in the collection. So the Smokin Hot palette I wish was called That's Hot, you know, like Paris Hilton. But maybe that was trademarked. So Smokin Hot palette from Colourpop. I love their big mega palettes. They have 35 shades in here. It's beautiful. I love the mix of browns, a little bit of red. I wish there was a little more orange in here, but we will get to all the details of this palette once I start testing it on my eyes. So yeah, we're gonna do 3 looks today. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Please leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up on this video. It really helps my interaction, especially since these 3 look videos, they take a lot of editing. So I will see you in a second. Let's start out with look number 1. Also, side note, before we get into look number 1, I want to know your favorite fiery snack. People love hot Cheetos and everything. For me, it's fiery hot Funyuns. I love fiery hot Funyuns. I don't even eat Funyuns on their own, but the fiery hot kind are freaking amazing. And also hot and spicy Cheez-Its. They have this delicious tanginess to them. I think there's Tabasco in it. It is so good. So let me know your favorite fiery snack down below. And now let's get into look number 1. Okay guys, so for this first one, I really just want to let the Jelly Much thing have its moment. So I'm going to use one of Jelly Much shadows for this look. I'm going to use Shiny Penny because it's giving me bronzy without being too warm, because I know a lot of this palette has warm tones. So yeah, I'm excited to use this for the first time. I love this color scheme. I don't do warm looks too often. I do love a cool tone, but whenever I am rocking a warm to my eye look, I feel like that bitch. I really love it. This has some pinkier tones and it has more mustardy browns too, which I really enjoy. We have a couple tones of orange. Personally, I would have liked to see more orange than more pinks in here. I just love a good rusty orange eyeshadow, but I think it's nice. I do like there's this kind of reddish matte being really deep, as well as this chocolatey brown looking very deep. The only thing is with the deeper tones, I wish one was almost a black. For me, this one's pretty dark, but once you blend it out, it's not gonna be that dark. That's the only thing. I wish there was one really, really dark matte, and I wish there was a little more orange. Other than that though, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So like I said, I wanna give the Jelly Much a time to shine. So for this look, I'm really just gonna do a matte crease, matte lower eyeshadow, and then let this thing do its thing. And since I haven't worn a Jelly Much since they originally came out, I feel like it's the last time I worn one. I don't know. I haven't worn one in a while, at least several months. I'm gonna see if these crease or not. I don't remember them creasing. I remember them being very nice, but I'm gonna wear it for a long time and I'll tell you. So my Jelly Much shadow is kind of similar to this color right here. So for the crease color, I'm gonna use Unfazed, which is this kind of medium tone brown shade. It's very pretty. Has a little bit of a mustardy tone to it. I'm gonna tap off the excess. And, oh no, my eyelid primer's starting to crease. I'm gonna put this all over my crease, just slopping it around. This is a Elizabeth Mott brush I got in a subscription box a while back. This color is beautiful. I'm loving the kind of burnt orangey vibes because it has a little bit of yellow mixed into this. It looks nice. Very pigmented. There is some kickback in the pan when I put my brush in there, but it's not bad. For the lower eyeshadow, I'm going to use Paprika, which is this matte right here. You can definitely tell it's lighter than the one I have on right now, but I wanted it just to be a little bit different. And honestly, as far as mattes go, there's more shimmers than mattes in this palette. But eyeshadows do that a lot. I'm not really surprised. So I'm just going to take this little Precision Firm Blender E42 Sigma brush just to put this under my lower lash line. This one definitely gave a brighter orange coloration. I just feel in the pan, this reads as very taupe. I didn't reach for this, I reached for this one. It's very taupe, and it's very orange under here. Something about it, from pan to eye, this looks very brown. It looks very orange on the eye. It doesn't really read perfectly right. I don't know. And I have eyelid primer on, it should be perfect. I don't know, so I have my lid blank. Everything else is done. We're gonna go into the Jelly Much now. This is again the shade Shiny Penny. If I can get it open. And I'm gonna put this all over my lid. So here is the color up close. It looks like a mess. It looks pretty from under there. I all spread out, but in here it looks like goopity goppity. I could put my finger in this product, but I think I'm just gonna take a little flat brush, pick up some. Ooh, it just wants to smear around. Maybe I do need to pick it up my finger. I don't remember. Okay. I have some. It actually was kind of hard to pick up. It just wants to smush back into itself. So I'll do this eye with a brush, and I'll do the other eye with my finger, and we'll see how it performs. I do think, yeah, never mind. Oh, it like glooped and fell off my eye. So a brush is a no-go. I definitely need to use my fingers for this because otherwise it just rolls on itself and falls off. So let me just apply with a finger. I'll let you know what I'm thinking. All right, so here's the color. It's giving very green. You know, like it's kind of transparent. Maybe I should have put a base shadow on over it, or under it, I mean, but it's giving very greenish. But if it is a shiny penny, sometimes those pennies get that like oxidized green color to them, which it looks green here, but on the back of it when it's smeared out, it just looked like bronzy and pretty. So I don't mind it having a little bit of the green reflect. It's still a very pretty color. So I'm gonna finish at my face, let this dry down before I like, you know, let it crease. I don't need it to crease. So I'm gonna let it dry down to the rest of my face. I'll be right back. I'm also gonna put on this eyeliner from the same collection. This is the shade Overboard, which is just a pretty bronzy. And I'll show you the finished look. All right, guys, so this is my finished look. What do we think? I took some clippings. I did trim these lashes, and I put them on my lower eyeshadow just for a little bit of flare, which, you know, I think looks really cute. I went with a nude-ish lip that was a little bit warm to match the eye look, but the eye look came out so pretty. It's not creasing or anything. It's really nice looking. Why is my eye twitching so much? No creasing once I let it fully dry down, so I can like, you know, my eyes can crease and everything be fine now. It's not gonna set in a crease in my eyeshadow. It's looking beautiful. I've been wearing it for about an hour since I last saw you, just to see if anything weird happened with the eyeshadow, but it looks really pretty. I'm really happy with it. The mattes in here were lovely. Again, I do wish there were 1 or 2 more brown mattes in here. The Jelly Much is beautiful, but definitely use your fingers because it does not apply with a brush. The eyeliner in my waterline Overboard is simple. It works. Nothing too crazy. I did expect it to be a little bit less metallic, but it is kind of metallic in your waterline, so I have to kind of like go over it a second time to make sure it's fully opaque. But it all worked out really well, so thank you guys. I'll see you in look 2. All right, time for look number 2. Lighting in here is not perfect today, but we're gonna move forward anyways. And I have so many little hairs driving me crazy because when I did that triangle bang video and accidentally cut my real hair, it's growing back and I have to deal with those consequences now. Okay, anyways, let's talk about look number 2. So I wanna focus on a halo for this look, like a little halo eye moment, a little bit of, you know, some good contrast with some darker outsides and inner, and then the highlight in the center, obviously. So I think the look number 1 with the Jelly Much, featuring the Jelly Much, did a good job. So let's focus just on the eyeshadow palette today with this one. I'm gonna use 4 different brushes for this look. I'm gonna use this little fluffy domey one for my lower eyeshadow, a kind of tapered blending brush from Moda Brushes for the outer and inner portion, a little flat one for the shimmer that's gonna go on, and then one for the primer in the center for the highlight. So with the blending brush now, I want to start off with the shade Chai Latte, which is going to be this matte right here, the second deepest matte in the palette, it looks like. As far as browns go, it's very red in tone, but it is a Smokin' Hot palette, so that makes sense. And I'm going to focus this on the outer and inner parts of the eyes, avoiding the center, and just building it up. It's kind of like a dark gingerbready tone because it has like a lot of red in it. Okay, I'm looking a little crazy right now, but that's what I have. I'm gonna go into the absolute darkest matte we have, called Hot Chocolate in this palette, and I'm gonna build on top of that. Not putting as much in the like top or crease. I'm gonna focus a lot of the really darkness on the lid, you know, like so it kind of fades upwards to just that red. You know, it looked brown in the pan, but on the eyes it does pull very red. All right, here's what I was looking. It looks a little messy right now, but trust the process. I'm gonna take a little bit of eyelid primer. This is just a white eyelid primer from Draw Cosmetics, and I'm gonna put that right in the center. I don't need much of this. I don't need to be like a really wet thing, but I'm just gonna bloop, bloop, bloop right there and blend. Okay, so I'm picking out 2 shimmers. For the center highlight point, I'm gonna go into Sahara, which is our lightest shimmer in here, because I really want like contrast, you know? And then for the outer, a little bit of the lid, just so we have more than one shimmer going on, I'm gonna go into See, some of these look really metallic like this and others look like just a regular shimmer. I guess I will go into Let It Burn. So we have something kind of dark matching that matte we used. So I'm gonna start off with Sahara, our really light one. And I'm gonna put it all over the center, the other one on the outer corners, and then just blend in the middle so there's not like a harsh line like we have right now, I guess. I will say this one is super chunky and loose on the brush, which isn't my favorite kind of shimmer, but it does do the job. It's also not very metallic. Like, even though I have this coated, it doesn't look too different than the matte primer. Like, it's not super metallic and shimmery. As a connoisseur of all things, like a blinding white shimmery color, I can tell you about this one. Okay, Let It Burn is more of a reddish brown. And this one applies very well with the brush. It's not as loose and soft and falloutable as the other shimmer was. I'm just taking that blending brush with no extra product over the top part of the crease just to diffuse that line a little bit. I'm gonna blend it a little bit more here because the highlight's very right now and I don't like that, but I'm just gonna say the shimmer and no. The darker shimmer, Let It Burn, was fine, but this Sahara one, this highlight one, no, it just wants to fall off the eye, it doesn't stick, and it's also like when you try to make it blend with another shimmer, it just wants to disappear. So it's a little bit hard to work with, but there are other shimmers in this palette that are light if you want to use a different one instead. I clearly just chose a bad one today. Also, it's turning all of my eyeshadow dusty, even if it didn't touch it, like in the general area. It was a very warm eye look, and now it looks dusty and dull. Like, I don't like this shimmer. For the lower eyeshadow, I want to use What a Babe because we haven't used this brown matte yet. It's just a simple, very red tone matte. It looks brown, you tap it and you can see on your brush it's like so red. So I'm going to tap off the excess and just shade my lower lash line with this. Only about like 3/4 of the way. I'm not going to go all the way to my inner corner. I'm going to stop like right here. Okay, eyeshadow is done. I know I look crazy, but I'm going to be right back, show you the finished look because I need mascara and lashes and stuff. Alright guys, so this is the finished look for look number 2. I went with kind of a nude purple-ish tone nude lip because I think it contrasted with the warmth on the eyes. So here is the eyeshadow. I don't think it looks very good. As you can tell, the white shimmer just keeps moving over and over again. You can see the highlight where I started to place it is good, but then it just like diffuses on itself and I don't love it. But you know, this is look number 2. Not every look's gonna be perfect, that's fine. And let's move on to look number 3 now, where hopefully I pull out a really cool look to finish this video. Okay, look number 3, let's go ahead and do it. So for this one, I'm thinking everyday like blending situation, but make it berry, because there's a lot of berry tones in this palette. I did consider doing like a really, really neutral everyday look, but I figure, I mean, it's not as fun, you know? So there's a lot of warm berry tones in here and reddish kind of tones. So that's what I want to reach for. I want to do an everyday simple look, but with those tones. It's very hard to film with a cat in my lap. Say hello, Edgar. Oh, Eggy, so pretty. His name is Edgar, but we do call him Eggy sometimes. All right, so for this look, I did consider going into this reddish shade, but I think to keep it more berry, we're gonna go straight into Hot in Here, which is this nice tone. I mean, it's kind of giving strawberry-ish. I'm gonna tap off the excess. I'm gonna put this all over my crease. I'm just gonna blend it, you know, slightly heavier on the outside, of course. It's pretty bright. Okay, this shade already, I just started, but it's blending out so nicely. It's very pigmented. There wasn't any kickback in the pan. And even though I'm blending it, like, obviously all around my eye, this is just one dip in the pan, and it's so pigmented, like, I haven't, you know, put more on my brush or anything. This is just a really good pigmented shadow, which is nice because in my last look, I didn't like that shimmer. So really, I wanted more of a berry tone like this. My eyes are very red right now. I want more berry tone like this. So I'm going to go into Faint of Heart, which is right here. I'm going to put a little bit on the same brush, tap off my excess, and I'm going to focus on adding this so we don't look so stark red. You know, I'm going to focus most of this on the outer portion. So adding this other shade now, I don't think it really added that much depth. It did a little bit, but this one's harder to blend. Like, you know, it's just a little harder to blend on the edges. I feel like my blend on the outside looking kind of crap. For the shimmer, I'm going directly into this Inferno really berry toned shimmer because it's like the only really berry one we have, and I'm gonna put this all over the lid. It's a beautiful shimmer. Again, it's more of a subtle, it's not like a metallic shimmer, but it's still shimmery. And because this is a lot on the lower eyeshadow, I'm gonna do something a little more subtle, I think. And I'm just gonna go into Extra Spicy, which is this one that has glitter built into the matte. Okay, so this is my eyeshadow. I know it's a lot. I'm gonna try to make it work. I'll be right back and show you the finished look for look number 3, our final look of the video, Edgar. The final look of the video. Look at his thumbs. He's got thumbs. Alright guys, because this look was very red on the eyes, I want the black lip. I figured we just do the red and black thing today. So here is the eye look. I think it's okay. Like honestly, I used a wing to kind of hide the bad blending. It worked out fine, and I did do white in the waterline, so it wasn't too harsh in closing on my eyes. Yeah, I think this one's cute. I think it's fine. I did want it more berry. It came out very red, but you know, name of the game. So let me talk about what I think of the palette overall. The Smokin' Hot palette, I do enjoy it. I think it's very pretty. I've had fun using it. But I do think that the shades in the pan look different on the eyes, like significantly, especially with look number 1. We definitely saw it looked a lot more orange on the eyes than it did in here. I did not like this shimmer whatsoever. Would not recommend that one. But everything else I used in here was really nice. There's a ton of shades in here that I still have yet to use, and I look forward to using it. So overall, I give this palette a 7 out of 10 because the pigmented mattes are like really, really pigmented, and that really helped boost the rating in here. And there's a good shade variety. So 7 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you think down below. How you feeling about the palette? I feel pretty good about it. But thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye guys.